What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Left Hand Backhand. It's your boy, Michael Harris, joined as always with Lincoln Cook. How's it going?
It's going good. We're a little late recording, but we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. So we had the Open at Austin. Then we had one of your tournament recaps. Then
Mhm.
we will go on to a possible future tournament that you will be playing in. So no
Teaser.
spoilers yet. And then we'll
hmm
finish it off with a dealer's choice from both of us. Sound good?
Let's go.
Perfect. All right. You want to pull up the Open at Austin results?
Let's
Um,
do it.
while you're pulling it up, how much of the tournament coverage or Jomez recap video were you able to watch?
Watched all of Jomez and watched the final round of the women's.
Okay, nice. Nice. So I
We'll start first with results.
yep,
I had Gannon, so that was nice. Gannon took it down, which I mean the dude's just impressive.
yeah.
Throwing a bag he doesn't even like.
That
Uh, Look at that results. Simon finished second.
yeah,
Good for Simon.
great for Simon.
James Proctor and Calvin at third. Good to see. Proctor's killing it right now.
He's doing really well this year. Yeah.
Like he's a top 10 player right now. He's not finished outside the top 10 so
Yeah.
far, I don't think.
This season he is for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Austin Turner, surprise fifth place finish. Mason Ford with
Go
a good,
lefties.
yeah. Mason Ford with a solid finish, tied with Ezra Eagle and Vino Makala. And then Kyle Klein slipped down the board a little bit. I mean, these are all within a few strokes of each
Yeah,
other.
right. Two
Kyle
strokes.
Corey and Jona Heinen. Don't know that one. And Paul Macbeth running out the top 10.
Cool. Perfect.
And then FPO, we got Paige Pierce. Some finally showing up again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Taking it down. Two-stroke win over Katrina Allen. Jessica Weiss and Missy Gannon tied for third. And then Holland Hanley and Kristen Tatar tied for fifth.
Yes.
So plugging those numbers in here. Gannon at first, Paul at 10th, Eagle at 6th, Adam Hammes at 19th, at Anthony Barella at 51st. That was my only blemish.
Yep.
That gets me the 87-point win over your Calvin Heimberg, Matty O, Kyle Klein, Joel Freeman, and Chris Clemens, 132.
Yeah. Yeah. Matty O and
tough,
then Chris Clemens just they let me down this week.
I'm not surprised that Matty O, like that course does not really suit Matty O too well, I don't think.
Yeah, he's more of a
he's
good
good
line guy.
He's good across the board, and plays surprisingly well at every style course.
Yeah.
But this course just doesn't suit his strengths.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised by Chris Clemens because there's a ton of lefty favorable holes there.
Yeah. I just feel like
and his power forehand and the wind.
Yeah, you look at Austin Turner, lefty backhand dominant player, and clearly I don't know if it favored a lefty, but they were there. So
yeah. An FPO, I had Valerie, who was overtaken by Paige. Just wanted to let the record show that I did select Paige before we ended last week's episode.
Yep.
So Paige and Kat at first, second, and then Ella at seventh versus your Missy Gannon at third, Kristen Tatar at fifth, and Owen with a surprising 15th place finish. Maybe not that surprising for the course.
Yeah, just different.
But a surprising not top 10 finish for her because she's kind of like the Matty O of FPO, where she's always consistently in top 10.
Yep.
So that puts me at a total of 15 points through our three tournaments so far, and you at 7 points.
I know I got some catching up to do. This was not a good week for me.
Yeah, but I gained 8 points this week.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was only at 5 before, No, 5. I was only at 7 before, and you were at 6.
Yeah,
So
it can
still
switch any
anybody's
week.
ball game.
It can switch any week.
Anybody's ball game.
Yep.
Okay, that's the Open at Austin tournament results. Stop sharing. Thoughts on the course in general?
I really liked it. Um, I,
Really
yeah, I think
interesting.
it's one of those things where the disc golf purists and the people that they want these nice, perfect line. Like as a fan, I want them to be challenged. I want them to be pushed. I want them to have to do things and throw shots that they don't have to do. Like they don't have to do day in and day out. We already know they can throw 500 feet. So it's like, do you
Yeah,
want a ball golf course where they're throwing it 500, 600 feet with nothing in their way? No, you say that's boring. Do you want Heiserfest at the Memorial? No, people say that's boring. So it's like, that's bringing water
right,
into play. Do you want them to be in the woods? Yes, people like disc golf when it's in the woods, but we're getting to a point where you're needing to have spectators and fans being able to watch, walk, and play there. This was a park style course that was very
park
demanding.
style golf course.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's weird. I've never seen a park style golf course before.
yeah, I don't know, like I didn't get a full like layout of the whole property, but like with what they did, I thought it was really cool just to force the players to throw s- not stock shots, basically.
I, I don't disagree. I thought it was good, not great. There
Yeah.
were there were lots of like really cool holes where I'm like, that's a great challenging shot. And like
Hmm.
the scoring separation was very close, which again, I think a tournament like this needs to be 4 rounds for MPO. Our
Yeah.
division, definitely 3 rounds is fine, but
Yeah.
MPO, at least men's MPO, like needs to be 4 rounds. I
Yeah.
don't know if FPO does, but men's for sure does.
Yeah.
Uh, mixed does. But I thought the course was good, and there were
Yeah.
lots of fun holes, but there were also some holes that just like didn't logically make sense,
That's valid.
and also the finishing holes got a little bit of controversy from a couple of the top tier players.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought
17.
hole 17 was really cool.
Yeah.
Like I liked that hole a lot,
Yeah.
but not at hole 17. Put
Yeah.
it at hole 6. Put it at hole 12.
Yeah.
It,
Somewhere
like
in the
coming down the
middle,
stretch, it's a little bit of a gimmicky hole.
I see
You
that.
can't make
Yeah.
that hole 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fine with the hole. I thought it was fine, other than
Yeah.
Eagle almost killing someone. No, that was a
Yeah.
different hole. But
Yeah. I mean, hole 18,
I shouldn't
I
laugh.
think is great to be a very difficult
Hmm.
last hole, but like requiring a specific shot, but without being fluky like that 17 was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like 18, I didn't think was the greatest finishing hole, but that was mostly combined with 17. If
Yeah.
17 were like hole, what's the one with it was left to right with the big Mando and low ceiling on the trees, but the basket was kind of wide
I
open.
think that's seven or six, six, seven, eight.
Yeah, something around there. But a hole like that where it's like you could push for a birdie, and pushing for a birdie might bring in bogey. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But a par is kind of easy. So if you want to take the easy par, you can. You know,
Yeah.
if you're playing conservative, I don't know, a couple of holes like that, 16, 17, 18, you want to see good finishing holes, like a good stretch of finishing holes,
Yeah.
not a gimmicky 400-foot par four,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I'm surprised they struggled with. That hole looks so easy to me,
Which
but
one?
that's the kind of holes that I like. Hole 17.
Oh, yeah. Where it's just kind of
Just,
plot your way down.
yeah, throw straight inner core, throw straight inner core,
Yeah. Yeah. And then
or maybe even a backhand zone for us. But
one of the holes that I really liked and that I kind of want them to do more of was that that par four that
that Calvin reached,
Calvin, Simon, I think Gannon reached a few like once or twice. Like those,
It's a
I
great
like
hole.
I like those holes that are there to go for it when they bring in like some trouble around the green. So it's like you can do it,
Yeah,
you can go for it if you're needing to, but if you're not, like it's totally fine. Play
yeah.
short, lay it up, and then get your birdie.
Who was the guy that was on lead card that was kind of a surprising player?
Uh,
Uh, was it Cole?
Ridolin? No,
Yeah.
I don't think he's on lead card.
Who was on lead card final round? Maybe
Um,
it was the second round, but somebody was in contention. Maybe it was even Vino.
there was
But someone who was
another.
kind of in contention
Yeah,
was was doing a half go for it, went out of bounds and ended up taking the bogey. Like
yeah, yeah.
that's a
It's
great
like
hole.
it's
It like scoring
not an easy
separation.
layup. You can go for it, reach the
Exactly.
green. So
Yeah. And even if you do go for it, you could land on the green and have to be like short. I feel like
yeah,
there's just a lot that comes into play there.
yeah,
The one thing that I will say that course did insanely well was spotters.
yeah.
Because like there was times where the disc like crossed one side
I
on
saw
on the
that.
green and then like
Yeah,
rolled back around
yeah.
and the spotters ran up there, put a flag right where it went out. Like
That was
that
that was
is
on Gannon,
phenomenal.
one of Gannon's
That's
drives in the
that's
first round.
how a pro tour should be. We're playing at the highest level of disc golf. There should be spotters on every hole.
Yeah, that
Not that hard to get a spotter
that
on every hole and then to
understand
be
the
able to make those
rules.
marks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
we shouldn't have to have these top tier tournaments have a mistake just because we're
yeah,
too
for
cheap to
sure.
get people to actually you even just get volunteers.
Yeah, give him a few discs. Shoot, I would do
Yeah,
that around here
dude, I'd do it just for a t-shirt. Frick.
to watch. So,
Yeah.
yep, yeah,
Well, let's open in Austin. I
yes,
hope they bring the course back, but then just make some alterations.
yes. I think
I
it
don't
was
know.
a good property. I think Austin is a great place to host a pro tour event. I mean, Austin's a nice upcoming town, city. I don't know what you want
I
to
mean,
call
I
it,
had a
but
disc golf trip in Austin. It's so sweet. Like we
yeah,
played 2 full days of disc golf in Austin.
yeah, yeah.
I just hope they do 4 rounds, make 2 at that course, or adjust it,
That's
and
what I
2
was
at
gonna
Roy
say.
G.
Yeah,
Get
I
Roy
think
G in there,
I think that'd
baby.
be perfect. I think that'd be awesome to like get two different courses because I think that property is good. Um,
But
and
3 rounds at that course is like I don't want to see a fourth at the course, so let's
yeah,
do 2 and 2.
yeah, exactly. That wasn't the only big tournament that happened this weekend. You were playing in the Aviary Flex. Um,
Aviary flex.
I know the result. Do you want to take it over, or do you want me to ask questions about it?
You got it.
Cool. So my man Lincoln took down the dub, tied for first, but it's a win. It's a win in my books. Did you win MPO as well? You were in MA1, but like,
Uh,
did you have the lowest score?
shot a 51 and MPO. That would have been third place.
Okay. So there's a few guys there
Uh,
that were also very
the
good.
2 winners shot uh 12 under. They shot 47s.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
score. But
I
it
made
was
as
a
much as the third place finishers in MPO though.
nice. Yep.
So
So he
sick.
took it down, shot at 8 down, um, and just tell us how the round went. What was it like?
So it was a flex start, which essentially means for you listeners that don't know entirely, flex starts is you just pick your tee time and you are with a group. For us, it was groups of 4, thank goodness, because I hate groups of 5.
Yeah.
So we picked our tee time. I was going off at 12:14, so just right after noon. There was an hour long backup,
Ooh,
so I didn't start until like 1:10.
gross.
So that was a bit of a bummer. Because I was like ready to go,
Yeah.
warmed up, and then I had to like stop. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I have to just like sit for 30 minutes
And then do the
and
whole
then
process again.
see how far we're or how close we are to get going again. And then I had to sit for a little bit more and then, practice putting. Then I just played some catch with my brother.
Yeah.
My brother was on the bag, so that was pretty dope.
Nice.
Having him caddy for me,
Yeah.
take a load off the shoulders,
Did
good old
he
shoulders there.
did he like talk you into any disc changes, or was he just there for emotional, mental support, or just actual back support in carrying your discs?
The first reason was back support. The second reason was to have a buddy there. And then the third reason was like mental health,
Yeah.
like buddy there because it keeps you company, right? It's always fun.
Yeah.
And then my brother was able to like calm me down after I threw an awful tee shot and just like, and then I missed a 15-foot putt on hole 18. We started on hole 5 and
Hmm.
then played to, there's 19 holes. And then on hole 18, I missed a 15-foot putt for birdie.
Yeah.
I was so ticked. And so my brother was able to calm me down, which was good. Uh, Gave me some gummy bears to calm me down,
Nice.
which is solid.
Yeah.
Uh, and then we played a practice round the day before. So he did give some input
Yeah.
um, as to like what I was going to do. Like hole 19, which was my best shot of the day, I was going to throw a high, wide sword,
Hmm.
and that was his suggestion. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm feeling good with the escape. And he was like, yep, go for it. So he like gave me like that added confidence of like, I'm
Yeah.
feeling confident with this disc, and he confirmed it. So it made me feel even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice. Good.
So I started out 6 for 6 through the first 6 holes with
Yeah. I
two
wa
circle two putts made.
followed that. Dang. Nice.
Maybe circle two. Look at my stats.
You had one bogey, right?
I had one bogey,
Yeah.
and that was at hole 12. It wasn't the straightforward position. It was the skip up to the right, and I just hit a tree branch and it dropped me down. And I was stuck behind a tree, and I didn't have any lane into the
Yeah.
basket. Threw a bad
Yep.
up shot, and then missed a
The
40
putt.
footer high band. Just
Yeah.
dunked it off the top, which is
Yep.
pretty solid. But um, let's see.
And then with it, I saw that it was nice conditions. Did the temperature drop significantly, or was it okay most of the round?
It was pretty good. I mean, sweatshirt. I wore sweatshirt beanie the whole time and it was
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
We had like 10 to 15 mile an hour winds,
Okay.
so
Did that,
some wind, not a crazy amount, but
yeah. Did that
like
change
consistently
any
to where you're,
disc selection or no?
yeah, like makes you think about
Yeah.
your disc, makes you think about your putt. Um,
Perfect.
so let's see, first hole, tap in birdie, second hole, uh, made like a 25 footer, but I had to straddle out behind a bush or tree bush.
Hmm.
Made a nice straddle putt, so that gave me some confidence. Then the next hole made another 25 footer, pretty solid. Next hole made like a 10 footer. And then the next hole, I made a straddle out 5 footer, which is
Nice.
super cool.
Yeah.
And gave me some added confidence. And was able to just start out 6 for 6 and feel pretty good. And then I choked down the stretch with finishing 4 straight pars on
Pretty.
3 holes that I should have birdied. One of
Yeah.
them is a tough birdie, but 3 of them I should have birdied. Missed
Yeah.
a 30 footer into a headwind, and the 2 holes before that missed that tap in 15 footer. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, dumb.
Yeah. So from your last tournament to this one, um, was there any key like focus points for your game that you were working on?
Putting was better. I was
Yeah.
able to just have some more putting practice.
Okay.
I felt like I had tee shots that I wouldn't have executed on my last tournament.
Hmm.
Felt like I'd kind of fixed something in my form to where I was kind of stepping forward and getting more forward movement through the disc rather than just kind of flinging the disc around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I felt like I had a couple of shots where I was like, yep, I definitely improved on that
Nice.
compared to last tournament. So
Good.
I mean, still lots of area to improve, but
Yeah.
it was fun to have my brother on the bag and kind of nice to take down a first place finish, even though I didn't play that well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
played I played good, not great.
Yeah, yeah. You're on the upward slope, which is
Hmm.
good. And speaking
Not
of,
plateauing.
yeah, you're not plateauing, you're not regressing at all. And then you mentioned having your brother on the bag is was like awesome. There is a tournament that you got invited to
I
that
did.
we, you and me, might
Left
be
hand, backhand.
making a U.S. Amateur Disc Golf Championship reunion slash takeover. Um,
Up in Michigan at the Great Toboggan Course,
yeah,
home of Discraft.
yes, yes. So you emailed me a few days ago and you're like, hey, I just got the invite to this. Do you want to come? And immediately like that day, I was like, let me look at airline, because I'm taking some family leave time from work and school. I'll be out of school at that time, so
Sick.
there's a very good chance I could make it. I have a few discs for sale right here that'll go
Hmm.
straight to that pot. I have behind me a golf, not a disc golf, a golf like carrier full of discs. I'm gonna try to sell this weekend at a tournament.
Heck yeah.
So I'm trying to, yeah, my shelves are nice and empty, ready to be replenished. Um, but
Hmm.
now we're going on trips instead of throwing extra plastic.
We'll record a live in the bag podcast or left hand, backhand. Go through my bag
Yep,
pre-tournament.
yep,
It'll be
for
sick.
sure.
So yeah, I got invited to the United States Amateur Disc Golf Championships, which are beginning of June. Let's see.
Eight or nine, ten,
Competition is
11.
the Friday the 9th through Sunday the 11th.
Mhm.
Check-in Tuesday or Thursday the 8th.
Yep.
Um, I don't know how I qualified to get in, truthfully.
Like what is required of it or
I
anything?
just got invited.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get this email last year, you know.
Hmm.
It's just it appeared in my inbox,
Yeah.
and I had this moment of because after I won my tournament, I literally said maybe I need to start playing MPO and push myself in the
Yeah.
MPO division,
Yeah.
right? Like I think I can compete. Maybe I need to start pushing myself, but I also want to play the NADGT in Austin in October
Yep.
because I'm playing a few NADGT tournaments, and at the same time, like do I want to play MPO? Do I want to just go to MPO and decline cash? Like, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then I get this invite, and I'm like, okay, if I can go to this tournament,
This is kind of the last
I'm doing it. Like,
hoorah type of thing.
yeah. And if I
Yeah.
place, I'll accept cash and I'll go MPO at that
Yeah.
point.
Nice.
So I'm not expecting to do well at this thing,
Yeah.
but there's 144 open spots for this tournament.
Hmm.
And you have to be invited to it, I guess. I don't know how you get invited.
Yeah.
But I got invited 144 spots, uh, lots of information, a hotel to stay at, a uh, park pass to get in to the toboggan course because apparently it's like a state park.
Hmm.
So you have
Yep.
to have like a day pass. So if we want to do practice rounds and stuff,
Yeah.
and just like kind of a big deal for amateurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean,
I asked my wife. Sorry, go ahead.
it's our amateur like USDGC. This is our amateur major, right? Pretty much.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kyle Klein
there's one
won
it
it a few years ago
to get
and then
did
went pro after
Gannon
that.
or no?
No. Wait,
He
maybe he did.
he won some amateur thing,
Yeah.
but
Anyways, there's a number of players that have won
yeah,
it and then gone pro after that.
yeah, yeah.
So not that I'm going pro. Like
We're
I'll
gonna be the
play in pro
oldest guys there
divisions.
by about 12 years. Everyone's gonna be
Seriously.
16-year-olds just slinging it. 150
I
feet
will have
past
just
us.
turned 29,
Yeah.
so I'll still be
Everyone
in
is
my
going to be
20s, but
12 years younger than us.
and throwing like 100 feet past us on every shot.
Oh, easily.
But
Easily.
I'm still going to score just as well,
Yeah.
and I'm going to freaking work my butt off to practice.
Yeah. Good.
Um, I asked my wife when I for sure thought she was going to say, "Yeah, that's kind of cool." Like nothing else. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Like we should look into you being able to go." And I'm like,
Whoa.
"Let's go."
Yeah.
My birthday is right before that. So the plan right now is to buy tickets with Southwest points that I've accrued from not being able to go to Oregon for Christmas, and then to have my in-laws and my parents go in on a rental car and lodging for us there.
Nice.
So if I can get birthday
Towards it.
stuff, if I can have like stuff paid for this trip for birthday,
Yeah.
all you gotta do is get out there and I'll take care of everything else.
Even more enticing now. So,
Because I get discounts for rental cars with my business,
yeah.
and we can find an Airbnb
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
As long as I get to participate in a practice round or two,
100%. No,
I'm
no.
100% down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 10
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah. I
So sick.
ever since, I mean, so the toboggan course, I wouldn't say it's one of my, like, I still would rather play Maple Hill. I would rather play a handful of other courses that are on the
Sure.
Pro Tour
100%.
before that one. But when I first got into disc golf, you look up disc golf on YouTube.
Paul
One of the
Macbeth,
Paul Macbeth, 18 down.
18 down.
I watched that three, four times. I mean, I don't know the course like the back of my hand or anything, but like I've watched that. It was just like amazing to see. It has a history at
It's
that course.
changed, but it's also stayed the same.
Yeah, like
Like
it's on
some
the
of the
same
parts have
property.
changed and it's been a little
So
bit adjusted,
yeah,
but generally that course has stayed close to the same and it has history.
yeah, and it like so to play where you have witnessed or not witnessed in person, but like where you have watched
I've
pros
rewatched that
play.
round like 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. So I that would for me would just be like awe-inspiring um to be there and to play it for sure.
100%.
I wouldn't play it, but like play the course.
Um, okay, I'm going to ask you questions. Tell me which course you like better, toboggan or X course.
Okay.
Vegas, all the golf courses, or toboggan.
Probably toboggan.
Same. Waco.
That's a uh,
That's a toss up for me.
that's a toss up.
I would rather play a tournament in Waco because I think I do better at a tournament in Waco. I
Yes,
think the toboggan
it's
is much harder.
yeah,
But yeah. Um,
and I don't like
the
wind.
open in
So,
Austin. I mean, we can't really compare that quite yet. It's a
yeah.
brand new course.
Yeah.
Jonesboro.
To me, they give off the same vibe. Like they're the same, a similar course. Toboggan just has a few more hills in it.
Jonesboro's the Eureka Lakes course, right?
No, that's Deglow.
No, Deglow is toboggan.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's a
So we're bad.
Discraft
We're bad.
Great Lakes Open.
Oh, what's Jonesboro? I'm
Jo-
that's the one where
I
Kevin
believe
Jones
that's
is
where
always
Paul.
slipped on the first tee, right?
I believe that's the course that Paul won Worlds at with Discraft, his first Discraft Worlds, where Ricky almost chased him down.
Hole 17 is that forehand onto the little island over the water.
Yeah, and
That's
hole
Jonesboro?
8, I think so.
I Arkansas.
Or no,
That's
that Jonesboro or Ledgestone,
that's
or is that Idlewild? Oh my gosh,
I know I don't know.
we're so bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll do our research.
we'll come
Um
back to that.
yeah.
OTB Open.
I feel like I'd rather play OTB Open.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Toboggan for me, easily.
Yeah.
Portland Open.
I like Portland. Like I like that style, of course.
Yeah.
I
Um,
like those styles.
it's just barely ahead for me.
Yeah.
DDO,
You've played it.
I have. And
To
I'll
me,
say that after playing it, DDO's cool.
yeah,
I think Toboggan in my mind is a better
yeah.
course.
They would be on similar, like, to me, like they're on similar tiers of, oh my gosh, how many people have thrown from this tee
Historic
or
courses,
number
yeah.
six, hole 16. You're like, God, how many people have been here and thrown it in the water just like I'm about to do right now? Like that's what I'm thinking of.
Yep. Des Moines. No, actually, no, skip Des Moines. It's too new. The Preserve.
I think the preserve.
I'm taking Toboggan over Preserve. Uh, Ledgestone, Idlewild. Oh no, Idlewild is Northwood Black.
Yeah, I would
So
not want to play
I'd
there.
take Northwood Black
I do
over it.
not want to play there ever.
Historically and the difficulty of it, like, I mean,
No
so
thanks.
sick. Um, D-Glow, that's Toboggan, and then MVP, of course, we're taking Maple
Yeah,
Hill. But
yeah,
it falls right up in there. Like if you
yeah,
rank the top 10 courses, it's probably like 4, 5, 6 range, you know?
yeah. Yep.
It's a great course. It's super challenging. I think I will suck at that course because I don't have the distance to do half of what any of the pros do.
It's whatever.
And I think it'll kick my butt and I'm going to love it.
Yeah,
And I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to also pinch myself on every hole,
yeah,
you know?
yep,
So it's not confirmed that I'm going yet, but we are planning as if we are.
yeah.
Because
Should be
currently
fun.
in our household, we are cutting back tons of expenses or any extra expenses that we can right now because Sid's got her candle business. Shout out Aroma Coma Candles. Uh,
We'll link
oh,
that below.
yeah, we should have a left LHBH code gets you X% off. I'll work on that and come back next week. Our first sponsor of the
Yes,
podcast.
I would love it.
So we're cutting back expenses to help better fund that because we are putting a lot of money into that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I'm selling discs to help fund some of this. Like
Hmm.
I've already sold $200 worth of discs in the last week.
Yeah, yeah. So
So,
get on there, buy our discs because we want to go to this tournament for sure.
and I get unlimited PTO. It's my birthday weekend.
Yeah,
So let's make it
no,
happen.
yeah, for sure. Well, we're gonna go way down in the tournament talk, because for my dealer's choice, I am
Slash in the bag.
slash in the bag, I am partaking in a one disc challenge at my school, which is like awesome. The school I go to has an 18-hole disc golf course. Like
That's so cool.
how much better could that be?
And
Um,
aren't you doing most of your classes online?
they're hybrid, so like they're
Yeah,
online one week, in person the next, and then they like flip flop. So
nice,
I go there every week.
nice.
Yeah. So this tournament, like these holes are, they range from
What's the course called?
Concordia, Concordia University, Concordia, Irvine. Um, they range from 115 feet, 100 feet to around 300 feet are the holes. Um, one disc challenge. It's, do you want to be able to attack those longer holes?
CUI disc golf course.
Yep, yep,
There we go.
yep. Do you want
Add
to
it to my
attack?
wish list.
Yeah, attack those holes that are kind of unreachable, but you'll be putting with a fairway, or do you just stick with a putter mid-range and get as far as you can, um, and have a little bit more comfort around the green? So,
So there's a I've thought about the concept of this a lot, right? You want a disc that if you throw it on Annie, it can
yeah,
turn,
yeah,
right? But you also want a disc that if you throw it on hyzer, it's going to hyzer.
yep,
But you also want a disc that you can throw really hard and not
deviate.
not be scared of it, squirreling over or,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, so that leads us to a more neutral-esque disc, right? Like a
Hmm.
-1-1 or minus
Yep.
1-2 type of
Yep.
disc,
Yep.
right? It in this theory that I'm talking about. And then that leads you to, okay, do you want a putter, mid-range, or fairway driver? Distance drivers off the table, in
Yeah.
my mind.
It's unnecessary even for the 300. Like there's a hole that's 300 feet and it's uphill, so it just plays really, really far. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't need a distance driver to get there. I could pump a fairway if I have one. But I don't think I'm gonna be going with one of those. Um,
From what it
in my
looks
mind,
like on the current layout, longest holes are just over 300 feet.
yeah, is
Or let's see, there's
is hole
one
three?
362. Hole three and hole six are the long ones.
Yeah, hole six is a doozy. Yeah,
Yeah, that looks like a doozy around the backside. So that one you know,
yeah,
you're playing for par anyways.
yep,
But a lot of these holes are
tiny.
uh 250 to
Yeah,
150,
yeah, yep,
with most falling around that 200-ish, 210-foot mark.
yeah, exactly.
So in my mind, that takes off mid-range because you can throw a putter 270 feet.
Yes, yeah. Like if you're not gonna push it and get there with the fairway, and you're not getting there with the mid range, which like I don't throw mid ranges far. I know some people throw their mid ranges 370, like power to you, but I am not one of those guys.
Left hand,
Um,
backhand doesn't do that yet.
no, 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 or ever. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
I feel very comfortable attacking every hole with a putter, and
Yeah.
on those two long ones, you're just playing for your par.
So we're going process of elimination. No fairways,
Yep,
no mid ranges now.
yep,
Nothing super understable, nothing super overstable.
yep.
Me, I would love to play it with like a zone or something like that
Hmm.
in my mind, so I could go forehand and backhand with it, like
Yeah,
my beat up ESP zone that
yep,
flies pretty straight but still has stability to it.
yeah.
However, I don't think that's your game. You
No,
don't rely on that overstable forehand disc as much as I do. So
no.
my mind leads, and I don't know if this is currently in your bag. Your bag kind of changes up all the time. That's just what we do.
All the time.
But the disc that leads me to what's going to suit this course the most is your proxy.
That's one of the three. So there's kind of so the proxy that I have is a premium plastic.
Yep.
Um,
And that's why. It's because it still has stability.
it has stability. If I needed to do a little kind of chip forehand on a shorter hole, I could do it. If I put it on
Or
Annie,
flip up forehand.
yeah, if I put it on Annie, it'll hold that. Um, so yes, that's a really good one. I've played this course all 18 holes with just that disc when I was
Like
considering
testing it out.
putting it in my bag
Hmm.
before the Arizona tournament, and that's when I was like, okay, this disc kind of does it all. Um,
Can I
so
can I
I do
guess
like
what
it.
your other ones are?
Yes,
So your other
you'll
one's going to
guess one,
be
you'll guess one,
your
but I don't think you'll
your
get the other.
uh your caltrop.
Yep, my beat
That's
in
the other
one.
one.
Yep,
Yep. Beat in yellow caltrop.
yep.
Uh, and then the third one, I think it's going to be a little bit out of left field, and that's why you don't think I'm going to guess it. But I'm going to say the inner core.
No, no.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
I do like the inner core. Um, I'm just not comfortable throwing it enough to attack. Like
sure.
some of these holes are just very like tight, and I like something I can kind of rip on a little bit more. So
See, that's funny because I can rip on this, but also I'm at elevation.
yeah, yeah. It's it. The thing is, I don't know why I think it's going to be super understable because it always fights back. But
It's just straight.
when I throw it, I'm in my head, I'm envisioning it's going to turn left and just stay there, but it doesn't. But so it's more just like the confidence I have
Mental side of it, yeah.
holding it and throwing it. is not quite there. But the other one is my Envy. I have
Hmm.
a baseline Envy. Um, and so
Now, which of those three discs do you feel like you would putt the best with?
100% the
Because
Caltrop.
that is the uh like if you're weighing three options and you've narrowed it down,
Yeah.
putting is going to be
You have to putt on every
you
hole.
need to putt
Yeah.
on every hole, and you need to make putts. Otherwise, you're just going to get your pars.
Yeah.
If you want a
Exactly.
birdie, you need to make putts.
Yeah. So the Caltrop is the most comfortable putter, followed by the Envy and then the Proxy.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It just a baseline plastic kind of feels a little bit better.
Yeah,
So like the yeah, it's weird. The Caltrop is the best putter. The Envy is the best thrower,
and most
but
distance because Caltrop doesn't go as far,
exactly. But the Proxy is kind of like that middle ground where it's like a really good thrower and
and you could
a
putt it.
okay putter. So yeah, I'm not going there tomorrow. I'll give him a little toss this week, tomorrow before Saturday, um, and just kind of feel it out and putt in my garage.
Yeah,
But
good idea.
yeah,
Well, I'm
yeah.
glad that my suggestion, my number one suggestion, is potentially
Oh yeah,
the best option.
yeah. It's in there for sure.
Now, if you had to guess out of my bag what I would throw for that one course, what would it be?
Um, Probably your Lux Link would be my guess because it's a
It's a good guess.
comfortable putt. Um, like you said, you might pick your straighter buzz, um,
Zone
not buzz, zone, yes. But
Exo Hard Link,
yeah, easy.
just a thrower link. The only reason I'd want a premium plastic link is for the added stability.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and yeah. But this course is fun. So
I could also do the Trash Panda, but I don't putt as well with it.
yeah.
I like that bead, baby.
hmm hmm So
Okay, well, exciting.
yeah,
It'll be fun.
always playing tournaments
You
over
better
here.
win it.
I hope so. These guys are not very good, and if I lose, I'm gonna be so upset. They have a little bit of home field advantage though. They live on campus, so they play it a lot. But
Okay,
I should still wipe the floor.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, you want mine in the bag? It's pretty
Yes.
quick.
Oh, in the bag or
Or sorry,
yeah,
dealer's choice.
just choice. Yep.
Uh, if we're going to answer this for each other, so I'm going to answer for myself and I'm going to answer for you.
Okay.
If Michael Ryan Harris were a disc, what disc would he be?
Huh. You want me to answer?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would be does it have to be one that I have or
Um, it could be a very specific disc. It could be a general, like you could
okay.
generalize whatever you think it is, but
Okay.
we can kind of go through process of elimination as to what you think you are.
Okay. I I don't know. I think I would be a general overstable mid-range,
Interesting.
but like more specific, just the first thing that's coming to my mind is a Rock 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Why is
Yeah.
that?
Um, well, I'm not tall, so I don't think I'm definitely not a distance driver. Um, I used to be fast, so I could have been a fairway, but that's just me running. Like
Mhm.
I'm sh I'm shorter, not that short, but like I'm stocky. I'm
We're
power.
both 5'11".
Yeah,
We're not short. We're not tall.
yeah. Um, I'm stocky. I'm strong. So I think I
You're
can like
you're a collegiate athlete
I
and
think
a
I'm a lot
professional
of
athlete.
yeah. So like I can handle power.
Handle some
Um,
torque.
and I'm a handle some torque, and I'm just a very type A typical white dude Everyone throws one. Everyone needs one. Everyone is one. They're a rock three. So I think I'm just
Interesting.
a rock three.
And you went Innova because you're basic.
I am basic. That literally that's me. I'm just basic, baby.
That's funny. See, if you put yourself into the overstable mid category, like stable to overstable, I would have thought you said eat back truth.
Yeah,
That's what my mind
I
would have gone to.
yeah, I could have. I just don't
Um,
throw. I don't throw one. Not that I throw a rock three either, but
yeah,
yeah.
that's funny. Um, if you were a like, if there were one disc to like encapsulate who you are as a person, is that a different disc?
Um,
Like, because in my mind, the first thing that came to my mind was the Yellow Explorer.
yeah. I that's
Re
kind.
a
Yeah,
a recycled plastic beat-in Yellow Explorer. That's the first thing that came to mind because that's the most Michael disc in my mind.
yeah. It's definitely has some miles on it. It's trustworthy.
Still has some stability to it.
It's reliable.
Goes far.
I could see that. Um, but I get for me, I think I would be a more understable type of disc. Like I feel like I'm very family friendly. So I like in my head, I'm just thinking of like a fuse or what's another just kind of like neutral, like a MD1 or
Hmm.
not quite as slow as an inner core, but just like something that everyone likes, everyone can
Can vibe
use.
around with.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay. I'm surprised, but I don't disagree.
yeah,
It's just not what I would have picked.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
And if Lincoln Cook were a disc, what would he be?
Uh, I, the easy cop out is a nice seasoned ESP zone or just zone in general. Um, because you can throw it backhand, you have a great forehand. It's reliable, but it's not like unusable for sure. Um, that's an easy one. I could also see something not necessarily eccentric, but like your Pathfinder, I think really kind of
Hmm.
it's it's neutral, it's trustworthy, and it has a little bit of pizzazz and flair being a is it TSA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, being like a not name brand disc. You're just like you're not old school, you're like you're new wave. You're new
I'm
wave.
not the I'm an old grumpy man, but I also don't do things the way that everybody else does.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you just don't do the thing. You forge your own path for sure.
Interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
So in my mind, the way that I kind of built this out, I'm not a mid range because I don't do anything kind of mid.
Hmm.
I'm not a distance driver because I'm not like top tier fast. I don't have the biggest arm. In my mind, I'm a fairway driver
Yeah.
because
Yep.
I am good at disc golf. I'm not trying to be prideful, but I am good at disc golf.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah,
not
you are.
great. I'm not the distance driver. I'm not the pro, but
No.
I'm good at disc golf.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
And I am not understable because I feel like I'm not understable is like a little bit less reliable. So in my
Yeah.
mind, I'm a little bit more reliable.
Yeah.
So I'm not understable. I'm not beefy overstable because I'm not that burly. Like in my mind, I think like overstable, like burly disc,
Yeah.
like uh, a Firebird type of disc would be like, somebody who's like really built or something like that.
Yeah.
So that leads us to either like a neutral or slightly overstable disc. And the first thing that came to my mind was a TL3.
Hmm. Not your escape or beat
I
an
mean,
FD3 or
like I would want it to be that, but the first
yeah.
thing that popped into my mind was a Star TL3.
And that's like why did we both go to Innova when we thought of it? You know,
I I don't know.
it
I didn't
it's
go. I didn't go to Innova for you.
no, I know, I didn't for you either. I never would have thought it,
Yeah,
but there's something about Innova that's just like people that have been in disc golf
it's the
longer. Not that
standard.
it really is the standard, and that's kind of like
You compare everything to Star Plastic
to champ.
or Champion
Yep,
Plastic, right?
always, always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
my first thought was a Star TL3 because a
nice.
neutral fairway driver, not like the high speed fairway driver, but not the slow fairway driver. Like it's a
Hmm.
comfy mid. Like it can fit in an amateur bag or a pro bag.
Is that the A502?
Uh, 8.5 -1.1.
Oh, what was Anthony Barella's
T-Bird 3,
T-Bird 3?
8.402.
Okay,
And
okay,
a
okay.
TL3 literally is T-Bird long. Like
Yeah,
a TL is
it's
T-Bird long. It's meant to be
yeah,
just a straighter version of the T-Bird.
nice.
So like a
Yeah.
classic disc, but a little bit straighter, a little bit more workable.
Hmm.
Can be a hyzer flip, can be a Annie disc, can be a hyzer disc. So I can suit all ranges.
Yeah,
When I first started playing, I forehanded the crap out of that thing, and I would
yeah.
throw it on hyzer flip lines, and it was like kind of my go. It was my go-to disc before I did the all in or Discmania bag.
Nice. Yeah,
And I actually have a Halo TL3 up on the wall up there.
money,
I have a
money.
beat-in TL3 that I named Paisley because it's pink,
Yeah,
and I literally wrote Paisley on the bottom of it. I don't
good.
know. So that's my first reaction is a TL3,
Yeah,
and then my second reaction being a putter, like a straight putter,
yeah,
and my mind went to a Pathfinder, or not a Pathfinder, a Pilot.
yeah.
I don't know
Like
why.
again, TS like we're somehow in sync right now because like,
That's a streamline, but yeah,
but like the plastic is the same from the same,
manufacturer. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
MVP molds both of them,
yeah,
or manufactures both of them.
yeah. So
Yeah. So I thought Pilot because it's again a straight putter that can have some stability to it, but
yeah,
also it goes far for a putter. And
yeah.
I don't throw distance drivers far. I throw fairways pretty well. I don't throw mid range crazy far, but I throw my putters really well.
Hmm.
So
It's good.
that's just what I thought. I don't know.
Yeah,
Thought it was kind of a fun activity.
perfect. So leave a comment down below. That's going to be the end of the show, right?
Uh, yeah, unless we wanted to touch on anything in the bag that's new.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing right now. But
Well, I will just shout it out then. This berry. I'm
how'd
gonna
it
be
go?
testing that out tomorrow.
Yeah, nice.
5.5 -1.1. So
Good.
it's more like a buzz than an origin. So I'm testing out the berry tomorrow. And then I'm also gonna mess around with this lots some more
Nice.
on a forehand. It's perfect like flip up forehand and super straight.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's very stable for my backhand.
Okay. Perfect.
So that's what I'm gonna be messing around with. That's kind of something new.
Awesome. So if you're watching this, if you made it this far, leave a comment down below. What disc are you? What disc do you think best describes us? What disc do you wish you could be? Um, if you could be a frisbee, you know?
Hmm. If you could be a disc, what would you be? Like you get
Ooh,
reincarnated as a disc. What do you want to be?
I,
What's your first reaction?
Explorer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just run of the mill. Everyone should have one. It's yeah, something that or like a buzz. I think a buzz. Everyone wants me.
My first reaction was a Sexton Firebird.
Worth a lot.
Well, just like yeah, I wish I was a super sought out disc or
Yeah,
worth a lot.
for
And then
sure.
my reaction after that was actually a Color Left E3. That's not as mainstream, but it
Yeah,
has its cult following.
yeah, for sure. So, all right. Thank you everyone for watching.
That's
Leave a
sick.
comment, like, share. Lefties out.
So yeah.